Show. Be inspired, be empowered. The Anouk Show. Thursday morning on GSSL Radio. Hey.
Hello, and welcome to the Anouk Show. I'm your girl, Anouk. It's October, and we're stepping boldly into the last quarter of the year. Can you believe we only have 3 months left to make this year a remarkable one? As the leaves turn and the days grow shorter, it's the perfect time to reflect on our dreams and goals. Let's harness this energy to close out the year strong. This month, we'll dive deep into strategies that can help us set clear plans in place, ensuring that we finish the year with purpose and passion. But remember, it's also essential to set healthy boundaries. Prioritizing your well-being is key to keeping that motivation alive. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's ignite that spark within you. Together, we're going to inspire, encourage, motivate, and empower each other to truly thrive this October. Are you ready? Well, let's do it. But first, we must hear a word from our sponsors. Are you looking to amplify your brand? Well, look no further. Linked Superpowers is the company for you. Linked Superpowers is a cutting-edge global branding, social media, and PR agency. They help to reshape professional visibility and influence. They've been in business for a decade now, and they are on top of the game with proven results. Reach out to Linked Superpowers at www.linkedsuperpowers.com.
Are you ready to expand your knowledge and deepen your understanding of theology in a diverse, inclusive manner? Look no further than Peace Multicultural Theological Seminary, also known as PMTS. Open enrollment for 2025 is now available. Embark on an educational journey that celebrates diversity and fosters unity. Register at www.pmts-seminary.com. Don't miss this enriching opportunity at PMTS. For more information, call 888-505-8987.
The Anouk Show. Yeah. Anouk Show. Hey, what you say? Anouk Show. Be motivated. Anouk Show. Yeah, yeah. The Anouk Show.
Good morning. And now for the soul. I would like to bring to your attention Isaiah chapter 61, verse 3, and it reads, "To provide for those who grieve in Zion, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of the spirit of despair." This reminds us of the beauty that can emerge from our struggles. Beauty from ashes. Even in our deepest moments, there is potential for renewal and growth. What may seem like the end can be the beginning of something beautiful. Joy in the place of mourning. While grief is a natural response to loss, this scripture encourages us to find moments of joy and gratitude which can help our hearts. Praise over despair. Shifting our focus from despair to praise can shift our perspective, helping us to see good amidst the challenges. This is your inspirational moment by Minister Derek Renter.
The Anouk Show. Yeah. Anouk Hey, Show. What you say? Anouk Show. Be motivated. Anouk Show. Yeah, yeah. The Anouk Show.
I am so very thrilled to introduce you to a truly remarkable and special guest today. She's a real beacon of ambition and a shining example of what it means to follow dreams with determination. She's very young at age, but she has already accomplished something truly inspiring. She's published her first book. It's a beautifully crafted Bible study journal that will touch hearts and guide souls. Her journey is a testament to the power of faith, dedication, and hard work. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to an incredibly talented and ambitious Kiana McLeod. Kiana, I am so honored to have you with us today.
I'm super excited for being here.
All righty. And I can't wait to hear more about your journey and the inspiration behind your book and what really just drives you to make such an impact at such a young age. So super excited. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be talking to you today, and hopefully, anything that I say can be inspiration to others.
I definitely feel it already. So let's dive into a few questions. Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Sounds great. So can you describe a moment when you felt like giving up? And then tell me, how did you find the strength to keep going?
Yeah, of course. I think the best example of this is when I went away to college. I graduated high school in 2016, and I, from the age of 5, thought that I was going to be a fashion designer, actually. And then I got to college. I moved all the way to Ohio, and I just didn't adapt well. It was, I realized, one, that I didn't want to be a fashion designer. And then that, along with being so far away from home, it really did take a toll on me. And I ended up coming back. I fell into like a depression. And I was, really going through, this is probably the first time that I felt like I really struggled with something this much. And I got back home, and I was like, I'm a failure. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. This was not my plan, which, when you're planning on your own, it's really a joke, as we all know. And I did feel like it was the end of all, and I felt like giving up. And I found the strength to persevere through really just improving my relationship with God and digging deep into not only my self-discovery and who I was as a child of God, but in who I am, and who I wanted to be, and kind of digging deep into just the discovery, a piece of it all. And it really just allowed me to find more of myself, and become okay with my failure, because that was not the first failure. And probably, not the first, not the last, but it definitely was something that taught me how to deal with it going forward and help me keep just pushing forward.
Wow, because that is definitely just something that's going to happen in life. We're all going to have moments where we don't do what we think we're supposed to do, where we might call failure, but hey, it's a lesson in all of that, and there's a purpose in all of that. And so
Precisely.
I'm so glad that you was able to focus on who matters the most, because God is the one that can help direct your path. So just an incredible story. Totally something that I can relate to. I know that a lot of times people will look at where you are now, but they never understand all the things, including failure, that you had to go through to get to where a person might be today. I know in my personal life and my career life, just my personal life, all aspects of my life, I've had some form of failure. But because I continued, that actually helped and aided me, and it gave me tools to get to the next level. And then when I reflect back, I see those failures were really necessary. Isn't that amazing of how it all worked together?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta take something meant for evil and make it to good.
Yes, every time, every time. So, with that said, as we're kind of going through life, we have to make sure that we are also taking time for ourselves. So, how do you prioritize self care and well being in your very busy schedule? And why do you believe that that is very important for overall success?
Yeah, so I separate my time and put things into categories. So even though I am still pretty early on in my career, I do draw a boundary when it comes to work, because I know, I've seen what it does to people who made work their life. And I know that I don't want that to be my reality. So I do have like a line that I draw between my personal time and my work time. And then when it comes to the different things, aspects and responsibilities that I have within my personal life, I also make time for those, whether it be by certain day. So, for example, Monday is a designated, cleaning day, or, making sure that I'm also exercising and saving space for that, whether it be early in the morning, later at night, and setting time aside on my calendar. The calendar is very, very helpful for me. I don't think I could live without it, because it really does allow me to separate my time the best way possible. And it's really important for overall success, just because if you don't have some type of distinction or organization, you're gonna burn out. Everything is going to become overwhelming because it's all going to flow together. And without that distinction, you really won't be showing up in those different aspects of your life as your best self. So to me, that has been my way of prioritizing.
Kiana, you are so mature. I wish I had your level of wisdom at your age. Wow, wow. And it is good that you're understanding early on that work is not everything, that you definitely have to set those boundaries and you have to be very disciplined and organized. And you really can have it all. You can accomplish, all your various goals by making sure that you are balanced and that you're making sure that you're not letting anything get in the way of things that's most important, which is yourself and your relationship with God. So I wish I could turn back the hands of time to where I understood that 20, 30 years ago, but it is what it is.
Honestly, I thank my family a lot for it. For those who don't know me personally, my siblings are about 20 years older than me, and my parents had me a little bit later in life. So I had a lot of and I guess growing up and seeing their realities as they got older, not saying that it was bad, but, there was, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, and take an opportunity to just learn from them.
Wow, some powerful lessons that you have been able to glean so early. So I cannot wait to see and hear all the great things that I know that's in store for you. But before we get to something exciting about one of the things that I know you recently accomplished with publishing your book. And I'll come back to that in a second. But first, I want to ask another question of what legacy do you hope to leave behind? And how is that shaping the way you're living your life today?
Yeah, so when it comes to the legacy that I leave behind, I want to be remembered as, I don't want to be a celebrity or be famous. That's never really been my goal. I just want to be remembered as the person that people could count on in a healthy way. The person that people, could look at and be like, it's okay to fail and still be successful in the end, right? It's okay to struggle with certain things like mental health and depression, and still come out on the other side. I feel like a lot of times people look at oh, she made it in the end, like it all worked out. And they don't really see the struggle part of it that happened in the beginning, the middle, close to the end, So I want people to look at me and be able to see the full story. Because I feel like when you share the successes and you don't share the failures, unfortunately, it gives people this false idea that they can make it without the hard parts.
Yep, it's all part of the process, the good with the bad. So, yeah. Yeah, so now we get to talk about your book. Early on in the intro, I kind of talked about how you're such an ambitious person. And I am just so proud and excited that you've taken the time to actually publish your first book, a Bible study journal. And I actually have my copy. And I'm excited to kind of go through the journal. And I do want to highlight your back cover of the journal. It says, since we cannot obtain security through independent effort, let us resolve ourselves to depend on God. Psalms 127, the first verse. That is just so amazing. So, Kiana, can you tell us more about what inspired you to publish this journal and anything else that you want to highlight about your journal, especially share with the listening audience how they can get a copy of this journal or any other information containing the great work that you're doing?
Yes, absolutely. So the journal is called the Black, Blessed, and Beautiful Bible Study Journal. It's sold on Amazon under my pen name, Janae Simone. What really inspired me to even create this journal, because at first it was a journal I created just for myself. It was at a time where I was trying to, deepen my connection with God. And I found that my previous methods weren't really working for me. I needed something that was a little bit more concrete. And I had a lot of thoughts and I needed to put them all down on paper with a little bit of guidance as well. The journal is, it's not dated. It doesn't have, the scriptures going all the way through, but it does provide in the beginning a kind of guide of, focusing on certain aspects of improvement and digging deeper into scriptures that align with those themes. So for me, it was a lot of, learning to deal with the failures and learning to turn to God. I feel like a lot of times we're like, I turn to God and praying, but it's like you're not actually giving all of your, all of your stresses, all of your anxieties. And for me, that was the hardest part. And this journal, really did help me give those things to God and dig deeper into the scripture. and learn from them on not just a surface level. And then I decided, there are other people like me who could use this, could use this journal and really help impact other people's lives. And then just from the aspect of being a person of color, on the book title, on the book cover, there is a female person of color. And I specifically chose that because I feel like a lot of what is on the market doesn't really represent the Black community. And so I wanted this journal to really encompass my journey and my identity.
Wow, awesome. So, listeners, please go to Amazon and get your copy of this journal. Kiana, I want to extend my personal deepest gratitude for being on the Anouk Show today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I am so inspired by your passion. I am inspired by your maturity. I'm inspired by your dedication. And this Bible study journal is a remarkable gift to those who, in my mind, is seeking spiritual growth and reflection. Your journey that you've highlighted pieces with us today reminds us all that age is no barrier to making a meaningful impact, and that with determination and faith, anything is possible. So thank you again, Kiana, for sharing your story, your wisdom, and your heart with us today. Your words have not only inspired us, but also reminded us of the importance of nurturing our spiritual journey and the power of following our dreams and setting boundaries. To my wonderful listening audience, I hope Kiana's story has inspired you to pursue your own passion, set boundaries, and approach your goals with the same zeal and belief that she has. As always, please stay uplifted, cherish your dreams, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Kiana, I wish you many blessings, many book sales, and whatever else God has in store for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The Anouk Show. Yeah. Anouk Hey, show. What you say? Anouk Be motivated. Anouk Show. Yeah, yeah. The Anouk Show. Yeah.
And that laughter is good for the soul.
Good morning, Anouk. Good morning to the Anouk Show family. Today I want to talk about my time in the fourth grade, just a couple of years ago. So it was picture day. So I went to school like everyone else in my class, everybody else who was in the fourth grade, and we took pictures. So a few weeks later, the pictures came back. And my teacher was handing out the pictures, and they called Dana Smith, come on up and get your picture. She got her picture. John Jackson, come and get your picture. Tyrone Hentley, come and get your picture. And then all of a sudden, Miss Lee started laughing. And I mean, she was laughing so hard, she was crying. And she jumped up, ran over to the intercom. We had intercoms in the classroom. And she called Mr. Johnson and Miss Buford to the classroom. And when they came in and they all looked at her desk and they started laughing profusely. Mr. Johnson nearly fell on the floor laughing. And we are in the class, we're like, what's going on? They're like, ha. They're all over the place laughing. And then they looked down at the picture, and the next name Miss Lee called was Ronald McIntyre, come and get your picture. And the whole class started laughing. I looked at my picture. I started laughing and crying at the same time. I'm still mad at my mother. She sent me to school at picture day with a pair of green pants on, a pink shirt, and a brown velvet vest. And my hair was all over the place. I looked like that little cartoon with one side of my hair was high, the hair was higher than the other. and I had a gap in my tooth, and I had this big smile. I'm telling you, buckwheat from the Little Rascals didn't have anything on me. I looked amazed. And you know what? I've got classmates to this day, the few that I still know, that still laugh about that picture. And by the way, to this day, I have never forgave my mother for sending me to school looking like that.
It seems like you had bad management.
Oh, you talking about my mother?
I'm talking about the outfit.
We call my mother
I'm talking about the outfit.
Bad management. I'm going to tell my mother, both of us disappointed in it.
But you know what? You have a really good memory, because I have no clue of what my 4th grade picture looks like.
If it looked anything like mine, you'd remember. How you going to forget that picture? With a green pants, pink shirt, and a brown velvet. Like, not suede, velvet.
Thank you, Ronald.
You're welcome.
Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Check out www.linkedsuperpowers.com and let them take your brand to the next level. www.linkedsuperpowers.com.
If you want to be entertained, pick up your copy of the book Never a Dull Moment by Ronald Eric McIntyre. Available at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.
If you missed last week's episode or any episode of The Anouk Show, just go to my YouTube page, which is Anouk, A-N-O-U-K, Brumfield, B-R-U-M-F-I-E-L-D, and you get access to all the replays absolutely free. If you enjoy them, please share it with someone else. I really do appreciate you for being part of this Anouk Show family. Thank you.
It's inspiration time. Come on and renew your mind. Everybody, it's inspiration time with Anouk.
These first 9 months, was necessary, because I am looking forward to this turnaround in these last 3 months so that I can end this year strong. I am looking forward to what God's going to do in my life in this last quarter of the year to make me understand why I had to go through all that I went through for these first 9 months. I am ready for that reset. I am waiting and cannot wait. Are you ready? Are you excited about what God's going to do in this last quarter of the year? Because it's not too late.
The Anouk Show. Yeah. Anouk Hey, what you say? Anouk Show. Be motivated. Anouk Show. Yeah. The Anouk Show.
As we wrap up this episode of The Anouk Show, remember this. You are the co-author of your own story, and every day is a new page waiting to be filled. Just like a gardener tending to their plants, the choices we make today will determine the blooms we see tomorrow. Passion fuels the fire of our goals, but it is the boundaries we set that shape the direction of our journey, ensuring we pursue our dreams with purpose and with balance. So let's carry this motivation into our week ahead. As we navigate the final months of the year, let's nurture our goals, set our boundaries, and keep pushing forward. Consider this, just like a ship sailing toward its destination. It's not the wind that determines our direction, but how we set our sails. Are you ready to steer your ship toward success as we close out 2024? Well, thank you for tuning in today. It's been a joy sharing this time with you. Until next week, keep shining, keep growing, and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination, and it's not too late. Be inspired and keep on keeping on.
All right. I pray that you've been inspired.
Protect your peace. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 3. He will keep you in perfect peace. Keep your mind stayed on Him.
The Anouk Show. Be inspired. Be empowered. The Anouk Show. Thursday morning on GSSL Radio.